Emily, Laser Princess, Pink Raccoon, so on and so forth. Season 2, Episode 22, Becoming Part 2. Two-parter to end the season. Most of this kind of peak TV stuff, don't they usually do like a cliffhanger at the end of a season and then like finish up things the next season, like the best of both worlds and Star Trek and that kind of stuff? I don't know. Whatever. Halloween. I used to love Halloween, obviously, even though no one will even talk to me at all anymore. I do have a sort of costume on. It's a Powerpuff Girls thing. Yeah. Obviously based on with the stockings, more of the and the hat, more kind of like what's the Rule 34 version of Powerpuff Girls, I guess. I don't know. They're cartoons. If you draw them as adults, they're adults. And I have seen plenty of them drawn as whatever. In media res opening makes sense, but cops don't. Buffy's white, victim black. Cops in America wouldn't be vicious to her. Yeah, I can't disagree with what I wrote there. Is Buffy still wearing that ring? Is it worth rewinding and pausing? Yes, she's wearing it. No, it wasn't worth the effort. Of course she is. Duh. Why, at that point, would you still be wearing the ring? Yeah. What the hell? Get off of me, fly. Go away. Took him long enough to notice no Giles present. Oh, I get it. Cops are going strong on Buffy because of the mayor who has yet to directly show up. Now, obviously, the mayor is the bad guy in season 3, big bad. I have assumed that anyone watching me talking about this, the one person on Earth who does, probably has seen the show before, if they're like even going to listen to the first like 10 seconds of it. So whatever. Yeah, needed more Whistler. I would say I soften on Whistler over time. I kind of feel like he's the kind of character that I would start to enjoy more, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't actually show up again after this point. Okay, Spike's up and scheming. Xander in hospital with Willow. It's like, yeah, but so what? Oh, it's so Oz can show up and do what? I don't know. The Oz Xander, the Willow Xander Oz love triangle thing. It's like, oh, come on. Xander didn't give a shit about her at all until she started dating Oz. And Oz isn't good enough for her. She should have been a lesbian from the beginning. Close-ups really show off the oldness of these teens. Josh should have probably had less close-ups over the course of the first few seasons, at least, because, yeah, clearly no one in that high school is under 25. Have you tried not being a Slayer? Was this before that X-Men movie? Was it before X-Men? What was it? X-Men 2? Where they end up at, I think it was Bobby's house. Who the movies and TV shows have yet to have the courage to make him gay, which is just like so lame because he was the first openly gay character, I think, in the X-Men. Not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure. Like, did North Star, was North Star out before Bobby? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's not like we'll ever be accepted, the LGBT people of the world. And I don't say community because there isn't one. You couldn't stop me? Come on, Joyce. You just saw her slay a vampire. Or you can't stop me. Yeah, like, what is Joyce going to do at that point? Seriously. Willow's resolve face is great. Every Willow's face is great. So Drusilla does have powers beyond strength, speed, and toughness. Vamp abilities continue to be ill-defined and arbitrary. It reminds me a lot in that sense of like the Vampire Chronicles stuff, you know? The powers, at least the first several books. I guess it does start to become more codified by later parts of the series. I've read Interview, Lestat, and Queen of the Damned the most, and they are my 3 favorites. I think actually Vampire Lestat might be my favorite of them all. I don't like Louis. I think Claudia sucks, man. They should not have killed her. She was great. Love Claudia. Okay. Next note I had was, quote, "Women exist only to want men," end quote. Joss Whedon, I assume. Via Drew here. Yeah. You know, like how sometimes people do things that, like, their emphasis on them just really screams out that if they were forced to put it into words, it would be XYZ. Well, that's what like most of this series ends up feeling like for me. Like, if you forced Joss Whedon to say what he thinks women exist for, he would say to want men, period. Sunnydale has too many castles, just saying. It does have way too many castles for a Southern California town. Casting runes mid-incantation. Weird, wouldn't that introduce randomness? Yeah, like, I don't know. I probably should have put more thought into it. I may have been really high when I was writing that note. I know sometimes the casting is part of the ritual. It just seems like more the kind of thing you do beforehand to make to help define the best setup and timing and things. But maybe it's just me. Close-ups in a duel belie the poorness of fencing on display. Sorry. Yeah, Angel versus Buffy fighting with, I guess they're supposed to be long swords or broadswords. Not really fencing weapons, not the kind of weapons that you would be cracking into each other the way you do with fencing foils or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can parry with that kind of weapon, but those weapons tend to be more of a strength-based attack than a finesse-based attack, right? Whatever. I've actually owned several swords in my life. Oh, crap. 1 minute. Vamps don't breathe. It's come up before. How does Spike choke out Drew? Really, do people like kissing noises? Did she have to kill him? Just cut him to get his blood on the sword and stick it in, right? Seems like they did it this way for drama's sake, not as a natural plot point. And of course, he comes back anyway, so it doesn't matter in the end. Buffy's wanted for murder, yet no disguise for the trip out of town. Bold strategy. But yeah, vamps don't breathe. Like, in the show, they have established that vampires don't need to breathe. How does he choke Drusilla out? Please explain.